Hello, this is Howard from DSPIRA. I'm going to now show you how to solder an inductor. In this case it will be L1. Notice its shape. It's actually in this case blue, but in here is actually a coil of wire. And you definitely don't want to touch this with a soldering iron, at least on top of it. Underneath you can see that there are two metal plates that we're going to solder to the two copper plates there. So this one's a little tricky because those plates are just at the bottom and it's harder to get good contact. However, you do start them similarly. And oh yes, and the reason why I'm showing you now is because sometimes you don't want to box in a component. It makes it hard to get at with your soldering iron, and you may end up bumping other ones and causing them to overheat or burn a little bit. So you want to, sometimes you see that, for instance, if I put this capacitor in, it will block this in, make it a little bit tougher to get your soldering iron in. So I decided to do the inductor first. So again, you put a nice little dot there, and what you're going to do is now place the inductor on the blob of solder, and now we're going to heat it up. And when it gets soft enough, you should push the inductor on. You might have to move out of the way just a little bit so that you can get the inductor in there, and have to move them on the other plate. That should be good. Alright, and so I left a little bit on the other side. Again, these are larger and it does take up a little more room. And just hold it up against the bottom if you can, because that's where the metal is. Try not to damage the blue part. And you may not see it, but there is some that have gone underneath there. So that is how you solder on an inductor.